Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie Burse, President and CEO at Xero, the End of Prostate Cancer, and welcome to the first and perhaps even the last episode of some Xero Good News. As you may have seen, internet sensation John Krasinski, who's a star of the TV show The Office, and also Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime, has put out a weekly show called Some Good News. So thank you to my fellow Massachusetts native, John Krasinski, for waiving all the copyrights around this and allowing us to do it. After all, I at least still live here in Massachusetts, but thank you, John. So let's go. Let's see how this goes. In true Massachusetts fashion, I want to tell everybody out there just how to stay safe during this pandemic. So stay wicked far apart. That means at least 6 feet. And social distancing is wicked pissa. So keep yourself and your neighbors safe. First up, I want to talk about some of our Xero champions. And this is Tracy and Beth Morgan. And they are making masks for the staff at Advanced Urology right outside of Chicago. So Tracy's been sewing away every week to put these masks together for the urology practice. And I just want everybody to know that I've got mine. See, it's tie-dyed. I wear it whenever I listen to Pink Floyd. Thank you, Tracy and Beth, for making terrific masks. Also want to give a shout out to my wonderful colleague, Renee Haney. She's making masks too to raise money for Xero, the End of Prostate Cancer. Got some great masks here. You got Wonder Woman, some good NFL football teams. I mean, they're not the Patriots, but looks like you got a Thor mask. And thank you for everything that you're doing, Renee. I think she's raised over $1,500 selling these masks for donations. Way to go to Renee and Beth. Also practicing great social distancing, our amazing champion, Mark Hagan with his wife, Linda, ventured out for the first time in 28 days into the outside world to get Mark his treatment. He's a stage 4 prostate cancer patient. And Mark loves to tell jokes. If you know him, he tells jokes all the time. And rumor has it this was the only way that Linda could get him to shut up. We're just kidding. We love you both. Next up, a couple years ago, we put out bandanas for people to wear either around their necks or put on their pets. And people are finding great use for them all around the country. Lots of beautiful pictures here. And want to draw your attention down to the corner. Cesar Blevins, one of our champions, is getting treatment while wearing his Xero bandana as a mask. So great way to show the colors and support for prostate cancer while practicing social distancing. Also want to give a big shout out to another one of our champions, Sarah Dunn, who is working every day as a radiographer, and she's a mom, champion, puts together a race for a prostate cancer cause in Northern California. Here she is all decked out. She's got her Xero lanyard on with a blue awareness pin and also the Xero pin. And you can tell just by looking at her eyes that she's smiling, even though, going through a lot, going to work every day and helping out patients, that she's in great spirits, and we're thinking of you. Also want to call out Mark Good. He's a prostate cancer survivor and also working on the front lines to help out patients as he works as a pharmacist in Iowa. Next up, I want to call out Tracy Morgan again, who just did something amazing. He's one of our champions, and he set out a fundraising challenge that if he raised over $1,500 for Xero in one day, that he was going to shave his mustache and shave a mohawk under his head. Everybody came out of the woodwork to make sure it happened, and Tracy, you look great with that mohawk. He is on his way to raising $10,000 for the Chicago Xero Prostate Cancer Run Walk. And I'm hearing a rumor that if he can raise $20,000, then maybe he might color that mohawk blue. prostate cancer awareness. Thanks, Tracy. The internet went absolutely bonkers over the last couple of weeks on the outpouring of senior pictures for seniors who are unable to they might not be able to have their graduation this year. So everybody just sent in their senior pictures. So if you were anywhere near social media, you probably saw some of these pictures here, some of our champions. As you can see here, we've got Tom H, David P. I think it's really interesting. Not only does David P have a really sweet tie, but I wonder if Tom H and David P are sort of long lost brothers. You guys look a lot alike. Also, I may or may not be in a couple of these photos. You can see for yourself, maybe guess. But lots of beautiful faces here, except for maybe 3. Hats off to Sarah Barron, who's one of our Xero prostate cancer champions. She is protecting the sanity of one parent at a time throughout entire Northern California by putting out pieces of chalk for kids to take and just have fun out on the sidewalk. I can just see it now of go over to Sarah's and get your chalk, go draw something on the sidewalk. Just get out of the house and stay away from other people. So thanks, Sarah, for providing some entertainment and some outdoor fun for all the families in Northern California. Shout out to our champion, John Vaughn, who's also a Massachusetts native. He does not subscribe to the idea that we're stuck in, Blur's Day, the 40th of March, because all these days are running together. He is doing his best to put a public service announcement together to let everyone know what day of the week it is. So thanks, John. It looks like Friday Night Disco and Sanitized Saturday are my favorites. Also want to give a big shout out. This is kind of amazing. He's known as the bounty hunter, prostate cancer patient, stage 4, Caesar Blevins. Every weekend has been hosting concerts in his neighborhood. He gets on his front yard, pulls his neighborhood together, gets musicians to come out. Everybody's social distancing and just kind of hanging out on the block and listening to some cool music.
Caesar Blevins wanted his neighbors to end their day on a positive note, so he told his friend grab his guitar, and now every day at 4:30, the two go out into the driveway to put on a show. Caesar told us bringing everyone together is what it takes to stay positive.
This block rocks, and see, if we can send out a message to other communities that are watching or other neighborhoods around the country to show them that they can interact and do this, it's excellent.
And that's just absolutely amazing. I myself am so starved for concerts. What a wonderful job. After this video, I'm going to go directly on Ticketmaster and get my seats for Caesar Fest. So thank you, Caesar, for entertaining your neighborhood in a safe way out there in Kansas City. That's awesome. Next up, I want to call out and say thank you to our Xero champion, Chris Hartley. Thanks to him, we can be sure that Wonder Woman is practicing social distancing so our superheroes like our nurses, healthcare workers, and essential employees can take care of us. And here's a tip. When you're washing your hands, you can always just, sing the Wonder Woman theme song.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, all the world is waiting for you and the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the old red, white, and blue.
All right. Like I said, I learned those words. That's 20 seconds right there. And that's what you need to wash your hands. Thanks, Wonder Woman, and thanks, Chris, for showing us how to wash our hands and keep healthy and safe during this time. Next up is I want to give a shout out to Xero champion Sarah Ingram and her awesome husband, Brian, who are supporting their community through their restaurant, Hope Breakfast Bar in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, this is incredible because so far they've provided over 26,000 meals to their community. Wow. And the food looks great too. Do you guys deliver to New England? Because I'm going to place my order in after I get my tickets to Caesar Fest. Thank you, Sarah and Brian. Next up, just a few days ago, in a recent episode of the Tonight Show at Home Edition, Jimmy Fallon mentioned in his opening monologue that his father had previously been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now, that's not good news at all, but his dad is doing well.
Americans celebrated with National Beer Breakfast, National Beer Lunch, and National Beer Dinner. Did I ever tell you that story about my dad? When my dad had prostate cancer, he beat it, but he was getting checked out, and he was like, wanted to stay local. We're from upstate New York, and he was like, I never tell you this?
I don't think so.
He's like...
And incidentally, when you get your prostate checked, you look like this troll in the corner here because your hair stands up on end. Next up, everyone in the entire world at this point, since we're practicing social distancing, has seen this show on Netflix, Tiger King. And I was amazed to turn it on and see that this guy had the Xero logo pinned right to his hat. This was our logo from 2008 to 2012. And we haven't heard from him in years, so it's quite possible he's with Carol Baskin's husband. Jen Gomes and Stephanie Mueller showed us our Easter socks. I don't know how this got in here or how this qualifies for some Xero good news. I think Jen slipped this in without my approval, so we'll have to talk about her holiday sock addiction after this. Next up, another one of our colleagues, our Xero Mid-Atlantic Chapter Director, Caitlin Murphy, is keeping the Xero team moving and connected with her weekly Bar 3 class. She rolled it out to some of our Xero champions and supporters, and last month raised over $850 just by having a bar class online. This encourages us all on what we can do to use our imagination to be able to raise money and support the causes that we care about the most. Which reminds me, I'll be doing an Oreo eating contest next week to raise money for Xero. Also want to give a shout out to one of our champions on Capitol Hill. Xero the End of Prostate Cancer has been working closely with Congressman and former urologist Neil Dunn to help veterans diagnosed with prostate cancer, which includes regular testing for them. Now, Congressman Dunn was recently also diagnosed with COVID-19, but is doing very well. Thank you, Congressman Dunn, for everything you do for the cause, and we wish you a continued and speedy recovery. There's no way that we're giving up on our patients, and we can't do this alone, and we need your help. There's a guy I brought up before, Mark Hagan. He doesn't have the mask on now, but guys like Mark are counting on us. So during Giving Tuesday, make sure to support the Xero COVID-19 Support Fund. Every donation, no matter how small it is double the impact for patients like Mark. So go to xerocancer.org/donate. And we want to give a message out there to everybody that we're thinking of you. This is a trying time, uncertain times, and just wanted to share this message from the Xero staff to make sure that everybody out there is staying #XeroStrong.
Hello to all our prostate cancer patients and survivors,
caregivers and doctors.
Hello, donors and Xero champions.
These are uncertain times, but Xero is here for you.
The world may be changing,
but our mission is the same.
We are here to end prostate cancer.
So that means we're still working.
From home offices, bedrooms,
and just about any place you could find with good Wi-Fi.
Xero is here for you.
You have an open invitation to Xero Connect, our Facebook support group.
And if you need help finding financial support,
or if you have questions about your insurance,
Xero 360 case managers are working and ready to help.
If you're looking for something more one-on-one,
Xero's mentors are waiting for you.
All of our programs are front and center at Xero's website, xerocancer.org.
You are our priority.
And rest assured, we're coming up with new and creative ways to keep you informed and engaged.
virtual high fives,
in virtual hugs,
in virtual love to all.
Please remember, we're staying Xero strong.
And we want you to stay Xero strong.
Xero strong.
Xero strong.
Xero strong.
So together, let's stay Xero strong.
Stay Xero strong. And I want to thank everybody for watching what's the first and maybe even the last version of some Xero good news. Thanks for tuning in, and please help us out to be able to help out prostate cancer patients by going to xerocancer.org/donate. Thanks again, everybody.